Welcome back to KIP TV. Today, we're going to delve into a crucial topic that affects us all: how the unprepared will fare when faced with a man-made or natural disaster. As a so-called prepper, I'd like to share some insights on the potential challenges that may arise during a man-made or natural disasters such as inflation, food and fuel shortages, healthcare deficiencies, civil and social unrest, political divisions, martial law, and economic and financial collapse. But before we dive in, remember to like, share, subscribe. Thank you. Inflation is the general increase in prices, and during a disaster, it can skyrocket due to scarcity of resources and disrupted supply chains. Historical data shows that during major disasters, inflation rates can reach alarming levels. For instance, during World War II, inflation in the United States surged to nearly 10% annually. Individuals who have not adequately prepared may struggle to afford basic necessities like food, water, and shelter as their purchasing power erodes. Disasters can disrupt transportation and distribution networks, leading to shortages of food and fuel. We've witnessed this in numerous events throughout history. For example, during Hurricane Katrina in 2005, the affected regions experienced significant food and fuel shortages. The unprepared might not have enough food storage or access to safe drinking water, making survival challenging. Healthcare deficiencies can be devastating during disasters, with medical facilities overwhelmed and resources strained, leading to higher mortality rates. We've seen this during the 2010 Haitian earthquake, where healthcare infrastructure was severely damaged, leaving many without adequate medical attention. When disaster strikes, civil and social unrest can escalate due to frustration and desperation. History has shown that riots and looting can occur during times of crisis. The unprepared may find themselves in dangerous situations and face increased risks to personal safety and property. Disasters can also exacerbate existing political divisions within a society. Different factions may disagree on the best course of action, hindering effective response efforts. This was evident during Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico in 2017, where political disagreements hindered aid distribution and recovery. In extreme cases, a government may declare martial law to maintain order during a disaster. While this measure aims to ensure safety, it can also lead to the suspension of certain civil liberties, resulting in more acts of civil disobedience. The unprepared might find themselves subject to stricter regulations and surveillance. Economic and financial collapse. Major disasters can trigger economic and financial collapses. For instance, the 2008 global financial crisis was partly fueled by natural disasters like Hurricane Katrina and the Indian Ocean tsunami. Stock markets can experience sharp declines, affecting people's savings and investments. The unprepared may suffer significant financial losses and struggle to recover. Being prepared for disasters is of utmost importance. It's essential to have an emergency plan, sufficient food and water supplies, first aid kits, and a basic understanding of survival skills. Remember, historical data and statistics show that the unprepared face significant challenges during times of crisis. By taking proactive steps and staying informed, we can increase our chances of weathering the storm and safeguarding our well-being. Now, let's explore some historical case studies that highlight the impact of these factors on communities and individuals. Let's start by looking at the Great Depression, a man-made economic disaster that began in 1929. During this period, inflation soared, and the prices of basic goods and services skyrocketed, pushing many families into poverty. Unemployment rates reached 25%, causing severe food and fuel shortages. The lack of adequate health care further worsened the situation, as medical facilities struggled to provide care for those in need. Civil unrest and protests emerged across the country, demanding government intervention to address the crisis. The 2011 Fukushima nuclear disaster. The Fukushima nuclear disaster in Japan serves as a prime example of how a natural disaster can trigger multiple challenges simultaneously. After the earthquake and tsunami, there was a nuclear meltdown at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, causing widespread panic and fear. People rushed to stockpile essentials, leading to food and fuel shortages. Healthcare facilities faced difficulties in treating radiation-related injuries and illnesses, highlighting the importance of emergency preparedness in handling such complex scenarios. In 2005, Hurricane Katrina struck the Gulf Coast, exposing the vulnerabilities in disaster preparedness and response. The lack of effective government coordination and political divisions delayed rescue and relief efforts. The aftermath witnessed widespread civil unrest, looting, and violence. The economy in the affected regions collapsed, with businesses shut down and the stock market reflecting uncertainty. The unprepared suffered immensely during this catastrophe. Lessons learned and recommendations. From these historical case studies, we can draw valuable lessons to better prepare ourselves for potential disasters. Here are 8 essential recommendations. 1. Emergency preparedness. Create a comprehensive emergency plan for your family or community. 2. Know evacuation routes, communication protocols, and designate meeting points. 3. Stockpile essentials. Maintain a stockpile of non-perishable food, clean water, and basic medical supplies to sustain you during shortages. 4. Healthcare and first aid. Learn basic first aid techniques and have a well-equipped first aid kit on hand. 5. Familiarize yourself with local healthcare facilities and emergency numbers. 6. Community engagement. Build strong community ties and support networks to ensure cooperation and assistance during crises. 7. Stay informed, stay updated on local and global news to understand potential risks and prepare accordingly. 8. Financial planning. Diversify investments and have emergency funds to mitigate the impact of economic downturns. In conclusion, disasters, whether man-made or natural, can have far-reaching consequences for the unprepared. Remember, preparedness is not just about having physical resources but also developing a mindset of adaptability and cooperation. If you found this video informative, please support our content by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you.